I just finished watching 12 straight hours of Super Smash Bros. Melee. So this seems like a good time to hop on some Hearthstone and melee our opponents in the face with a Gorehowl. We're going to pull the Gorehowl out of our deck with Selfless Sidekick, which is effectively going to be 7 mana 6/6, deal 7 damage to the opponent, which really is just a slightly smaller Alexstrasza when you really think about it. So between those cards and one copy of Troublemaker, this deck has a lot of damage starting on turn 7. We've also got a couple of other things to support the Gorehowl. Dr. Krastanov can be a really good buff for it. We've got Steel Dancer, which can summon a 7-cost minion, very powerful. And I've also got one copy of Bloodsail Deckhand to possibly discount the Gorehowl a bit if we happen to draw it without the Selfless Sidekick. Other than that, we've mostly just got a Rush Warrior core to support our game plan.
Versus Uther. I will fight with honor for Cosmodon!
Try to find some of our early game. Alright, this is a 1-2-7 curve.
They cannot stop my work.
Love to see the Gnarg on turn 1.
May the light grant you peace.
My opponent also hit their best 1-drop. I don't think I'm playing Parade Leader here, so let's see what we can hit off this. Bumper Car is pretty good to just play here. So if it lives, maybe I do something with Rokara. If it dies, then I do have Parade Leader to play along with the Dark Moon Riders.
Something need doing.
Eon. My opponent played that into my Fiery War Axe.
For my master.
I could have maybe bumped with Rokara there. I guess it doesn't really buff its health, which is the most important thing, so definitely not worth giving the opponent a random card. Probably just gonna use my War Axe on that.
I cannot wait to read these.
Well, I like this attack. Then I guess I probably do kill this. I don't think there's that much reason to play Parade Leader here, but there's also not that much reason not to.
Just keep moving.
I'm assuming that deck probably doesn't play Consecration, and even if it did, it's not good here.
For the Alliance and my family.
Carriel Roam is pretty strong. I'm just gonna play a couple of 5/1s. As I said, I'm not too worried about my opponent having a board clear here. And since one of the Parade Leaders is already in play, I feel like if I don't do this here, then I might never get one Parade Leader's worth of buffs out of these. I do need to find a significant play for next turn, but if I can do that, I've really just got the damage curve to follow that up with Sidekick into Troublemaker into Alex. Alright, that is a bit of a bummer. Not the best draw, but a reasonably good one. So I've got 15 damage from Sidekick Alexstrasza. That means I need one Troublemaker, one Ruffy Indigo Face, or just something on my board to stick. The Selfless Sidekick is insane. So I compared this to a smaller Alexstrasza But it's actually going to do, what, 12 damage here instead of 8, because I got to kill a 6 health taunt, and the 6 can still go face. Might even end up doing more than that, because I'm probably using it to trade here. Although, I don't know, I'm probably not playing Troublemaker. It probably makes way more sense to just trade with this. Am I one-off lethal here? I just send this in. Each of the riders is a 5/1, so just the bumper car kills this. This is 10, 16, and then I just have lethal with Alex next turn. I do have stage dive to find a rush minion, but I've already got, actually, I guess if I find a rush minion, then I can just trade this off and then play the rush minion to go in here, maybe. Yeah, stage dive is probably just lethal, actually. Yeah. Very, very nice.
My sorcery will prevail.
For Cosmodon!
I do like Gnarg, and then I can even coin out Steel Dancer. That's kind of cute. Could try to save the Steel Dancer for the sidekick.
They cannot stop my work.
Bumper car, huh? See what I can hit off studies. Runthak is pretty appealing. I don't know if I'll have anything to rush into against Mage, but I guess it's also just a 3/6 I can play. I think I'll just coin this out next turn. Even if there's nothing to rush into. Seems hard for the opponent to deal with. Ow, that's my face.
Weapons for my master!
I have 7 weapon charges in my hand, so just gonna start swinging. Could play the Steel Dancer here. Probably rather just play Sword Eater.
I wonder.
Beauty and discovery.
Well, this attack is good for me. I think I like just playing Rikara here, probably.
I'm not too young to fight.
I could have played Cutting Class here, but it costs 0 on turn 7. And I don't really want to set off another Wind Portal. Kind of wanted to save the Steel Dancer, but probably makes sense to just play it here.
May I have this dance?
You heard?
Friendly secret. Alright, so I need 3 power to live here, which seems likely, given the Terror Guard escapee. And even if my board gets cleared, I do have Gorehowl into War Axe for 10. Alright, looks like I'm not necessarily going to have the lethal this turn.
Time runs out on me.
But I'm still at 24, feel pretty safe to just whack with weapons 2 turns in a row.
Guess what dropped?
I kind of just don't even want to play Cutting Class here. Because it seems like at this point it's either just going to get counterspelled or it's going to give my opponent a minion. And I simply already have the cards I need to win, hopefully.
A charming composition. Where shall I start?
Time runs out on me.
You're looking pretty dead over there, opponent.
Weapons for my master! Hammer time!
Magni versus Illidan.
The Legion's rage pales before mine.
For Cosmodon!
Kind of just like all these cards. Gnarg on turn 1, obviously, and then we have some flexibility with Parade Leader.
They cannot stop my work.
Okay, I guess my game is frozen. Alright, not the best turn, but it's okay. Corrupts my stage dive.
I see. Weapons for my master!
It's hammer time!
These old bones just ain't moving.
Alright, let's kill the bumper car. Sure, that's a clear. But I can just play my Sword Eater here. I'm pretty happy with that.
This is not what we stood for.
See what I can hit with the stage dive. That is a very good card. That's not the card I wanted to see. But I am pretty solidly ahead on board right now. I'm just gonna play Krasnov here, actually. If it lives, then I just get to buff a Gorehowl next turn, which is insane. It's also just a 6/5, so the sidekick might just be lethal. That's a lot of cheap cards.
Your pack will feast on your bones.
Okay. So I'm showing 10, I have 18 here.
Guess what dropped?
I got scared for a second that I was going to die to Inquisitor here, but I'm not. Even if it's like a discounted Inquisitor, that deck doesn't really have any other burst cards. Could maybe be discounted Felsteel Executioner, discounted Inquisitor, and then Hero Power. I believe they're one off with this line. Very nice. Two mages in a row.
My sorcery will prevail.
Mage isn't considered good right now, is it? I don't think I want to keep any of this. Playmaker is kind of okay, but I have some really solid 1-mana cards I'd like to hit, plus some other stuff that I think is probably better than the Playmaker. Alright, there's a 1-drop. Two mana, 2/3. And if my opponent plays like the 2 mana 2/3 secret thing, they could have gotten that off their font of power. And then like bumper card just runs over that for free. Trades pretty reasonably into Astromancer Solarian. Most of the mage minions that could be played here, I think the buffed up bumper card is pretty well against. Or they can just play Incanter's Flow. Look at this absolutely terrible combustion positioning. I really hate having to play around positioning cards. I'm just trying to whip the cards out of my hand as fast as I can.
I wonder.
Well, combustion doesn't cost 4 mana. That's pretty scary. Well, I'm pumping out damage. My opponent's at 14, and on turn 6 I have a Gorehowl. I have basically 10 guaranteed weapon damage by turn 6. So, I'm not sure how my opponent's going to deal with this. But, I mean, they could have any sort of, like heal or board clear or whatever at this point. Oh, Hellfire deals damage to you. Now you're just dead to Gorehowl. Okay, maybe not just dead to Gorehowl.
An incredible discovery.
So much damage. Alright, well, I have, what, like 20 damage over the next 3 turns, potentially? The 6 off Troublemaker is obviously pretty unreliable. But the other damage is pretty guaranteed. But they might also just be dead to the 6 mana Gorehowl if they don't heal and don't kill the 2/3. Mage secret, could be anything. Could be ice barrier.
I intend to deceive.
Kind of scary.